Folks, good morning. This is Kurt Von Onen, your host of the Mañana morning check-in, and today has been a phenomenal day already. It's only the morning, but today is my birthday, and I got up this morning, and as you may have known, I've done a lot of growth in my network over the last year and a half. Whether it be Facebook or LinkedIn or TikTok or Instagram or any of these things, I've reached out to a ton of people. And I've had physical conversations with a ton of people. I've had like 450 discovery meetings over the last year or so. And what's really cool is birthday rolls around and social sends out those notifications. And a lot of times they get ignored, right? Last year, I got a couple hundred, happy birthdays, right? This year, I'm getting happy birthdays, but accompanied with a lot of personal messages. And it's really, really kind of cool. And it's rewarding. It's the, you know what, it's do that for a little bit. It's a confirmation of doing the right thing for the right time at the right consistency and having positive, good messaging for people. It's not to say that you can't be critical of certain things. There's a lot of things that I'm critical of, but I always focus on, even if there's a critical nature to a message, find that silver lining, find a way to lift the weight off of somebody's shoulders, look for the opportunity within that obstacle and move forward. And I say that over and over and over again. And I hope that people can align with that. I want to tell you a quick little story about this week. I went to the gym with somebody who's not a gym rat. I'm not a gym rat. I used to be a gym rat. I'm not a gym rat anymore. I bicycle a lot. So from like the hips down, I'm looking pretty solid. From the hips up, I'm looking like I drink a lot of beer, red wine, and eat red meat. So I meet this friend at the gym and we're working with some weights, and he says, well, I need to work on my core. And he's trying out for a physical thing with a branch of some type of service. I don't want to give too many details away, right? But that's the normal, right? He's got to do so many push-ups and so many sit-ups and run so fast in a mile, and he's got to do these things. And so he's got the running down, right? He's tall and skinny. He's got the running down. So he's working on, muscularity to do the other things, the sit-ups and the push-ups and things like that. And so, we start hitting some different machines, and we went to do tricep extensions, the machine where you sit down, you push the control away from you, right? But you bend at the elbow and it works your tricep, right? And so I set up the machine and I do my first set. He was off getting a drink of water, so I did a second set. And then he came back and I said, hey, let me lower the seat for you because you're taller. Have at it, and he hadn't used the machine before. And he goes, and the machine doesn't move, barely a millimeter, right? And he goes, man, and he gets mad. And I'm like, whoa, what's he upset about? He goes, oh, I'm tired of being weak. Right there, that's my spot. You just hit my sweet spot, right? Dude, you're not weak. You've never done this before, right? You've never worked on this. This takes time and patience. You're going to have to work for the result that you want. It's not instantaneous. So let's do this. Let's concentrate on the proper form. Let's concentrate on the proper motion, right? And then we can factor in, weight and resistance and build over time. And so we ended up having this conversation a couple of times on a couple of different machines, because like I said, he's not a gym rat. He's not a person from the gym. He doesn't, and he's at Planet Fitness. It's not like there's experts running all over Planet Fitness looking to, correct your form, right? If you want to see some comedy, go to Planet Fitness on a busy night and watch some people work out. So, but that was my thing, right? It was like, it takes time, it takes commitment, it takes effort, consistency. And the consistency is what I'm seeing the reward of today, my birthday, everything coming in. Now I got up, I was a little productive this morning. I worked with Lifter LMS for, an hour or so. And then I packed up my daughter and I did what everybody should do when they're 54 and headed out for a good day for the birthday. We went to the DMV. So we went to the DMV and my little girl passed her test. She's gonna be driving soon. She passed the driver's permit test. And I went ahead and updated my ID so that, God forbid, I got to fly somewhere, I have a real ID that, passes the muster with the airlines without always having to rely on having a valid passport. of which I need to update this because it expired. So, just getting involved with government agencies and doing all that stuff on your birthday doesn't seem like much of a celebration, but that's the day in front of us. I'm back at it. I am doing a little bit online. I'm responding. I'm trying to respond to everybody in person that's wished me a happy birthday so far. And, big shout out to a lot of things. Shout out to the folks that have connected. Shout out to the folks that have been brave enough to have that discovery call with me and to maybe join the community here and see the YouTube lives and the weekly emails that go out and things like that through Mañana No Mas. The message to people that haven't, and if you're watching this replay on LinkedIn, is send me a connection request. If you send me a connection request, more than likely, you're going to get an invitation to a discovery meeting, just a 15-minute phone call, not a sales call, a discovery call. I feel like if I don't know who I'm connected to, if I don't know the person, if I don't have a conversation with the people that I am connected to online, how am I going to refer these people to others professionally, right? So if I talk to someone and they're a leadership coach out of the Northeast, and then I meet somebody else who runs a company in the Northeast, and they're like, yeah, we're looking to do some coaching. We don't want to do anything virtual, though. We want to do something in person. Well, they're not going to pay to fly me to do leadership coaching in the Northeast, but they might hire the person I just talked to that I have a good feeling about. Hey, let me make a personal recommendation for you. Have you ever heard of Bob? Let me give you the contact information for Bob. I know he's a leadership coach in your area. I'm sure he can help you out, right? I picture myself like this online matchmaker, and that only happens through knowing who we're connected to. Now, if you're watching this replay on LinkedIn and you're going, man, I never had the discovery call with Kurt, or I connected with Kurt 2 years ago. He didn't invite me to a discovery call. Hit me a message, right? Hit me on the DMs on LinkedIn and say, hey, I want to have a discovery call. Great. I'll forward you the link. You get scheduled. We do a quick 15-minute call. We get to know each other a little bit. Maybe you've got people you can refer me to, and maybe I've got people I can refer you to, and maybe we don't. Maybe end up being a guest on my podcast. I had a discovery call yesterday with a guy, and we just started talking, and he does legal consulting, injury lawyer stuff, right? So, some of you might be seeing that go, oh, ambulance chaser, oh God, right? Well, he specifically wanted to be in touch with motorcycle dealers in his area. But then we did some more talking, and it's like, well, he can help people in multiple states because he's licensed in multiple states, and he has a network that serves beyond that circle, right? So then I'm like, well, dude, I have this thing called the Power Sport Roundtable. Once a quarter, we jump on with I go in with 4 other industry professionals, and we cover things that affect the power sports industry. We cover sales, inventory. We had a stress coach with Andrew Oaks once. We had leadership with Stacy Rasky. We had inventory control with Nathan Sannel. We did BDC with Joe Iribaran. And then we with sales with Joe Marcoux was over the top. That was fantastic, right? And so now I've got this guy who I can bring in and say, hey, dealers, here is a view or a perspective on a service you can offer your customers by preloading them, with accident support, right? Sooner, it's not if you're going to fall off a motorcycle, it's when. And a lot of times those whens are the cause of somebody else. And so maybe an injury lawyer having on call or speed dial is just a good peace of mind for people to have, right? Searching for an injury lawyer after the accident adds a lot of stress. Having it done before the accident gives you a process and a sense of peace moving forward. So we're probably going to plug him into the next Power Sport Roundtable, and I'm going to invite him to the the Mañana No Mas podcast. Folks, that's a 15-minute phone call. I encourage you to do so. If you're not doing discovery calls on your own yet and getting to know the people in your circle, I encourage you to try that too. And if you have doubts or questions or concerns about how to do it, how to get people to want to have a discovery call with you, feel free to reach out. Same deal. Hit me with a message on LinkedIn or reply to one of the comments on YouTube or in Mañana No Mas, and we'll get together. We'll share a scheduling link. We'll jump on Zoom maybe for 15, 20 minutes, and I'll coach you through it. It's a great way to get to know the people that are in your circle. And remember that latest talk I was giving about the circle, right? A lot of us have this impression that we're in the middle and the circle builds around us. Like we're the center of our circle. And I'm like, the realization that hit me months ago is no, I'm not at the center of every circle. My wife told me for years, she would look at me jokingly, right? Jokingly, not like she's mad or serious, but I would say something and she'd say, it's not always all about you. It's not all about you, right? And so a lot of us, we exist thinking that we're in the middle of the circle and everything's built around us. And it quite simply isn't. If you're a real leader, you have a spot on the edge of the circle with other leaders, right? And together as a team of leadership, whether you're affiliated or not, you're affecting the people that are in the center of that circle and adding value as much as you can to the people that are in the center of that circle. So I might be a business consultant in power sports. Somebody else might be a sales consultant. Somebody else, might be an online, BDC consultant for a business. Now, if I'm a dealership owner, maybe I'm in the center of the circle, right? And the guys at the edge of the circle, the ones helping me, is the BDC, the sales, the service, the parts, the accessories, the different OEM leaders, the different field reps and all that stuff, right? And it's that circle. And that circle can extend to other circles, to other circles. I can have a seat on an unlimited amount of circles. I don't have to be at the center of anything to have the influence that I'm looking to have. And visually, that was a big thing for me. So I'm dragging on. So folks, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to do a little bit more work. I'm probably going to go mountain biking today because I love mountain biking and my bike is tight. Just got it back from Jensen's USA. They did a fantastic job. Going to go mountain biking and then we're going out for Italian dinner tonight because I love Italian, right? Che cosa vuole fare? Cena adesso. I got to practice some Italian so I can order like a rock star. All right, folks, have a fantastic